Hello, I'm Berni Xiong, Life Spark with Berni Xiong, LLC at www.bernixiong.com. Today is Monday, March 14, 2011, and this is episode 14 of Get a Life Spark. This month marks a major milestone for my family. 35 years ago, on March 17th, my family fled their home country to survive and flew over to America, specifically Green Bay, Wisconsin, in which 9 months later I was born. My parents knew barely a lick of English, barely had elementary education, and had to learn how to survive here in America with new cultures, new customs, and a new language, with 5 children. And I'm happy to report that every single one of their children has completed college and have a college degree and have very successful careers and lives. But it couldn't have happened. It couldn't have happened without the virtues that our parents taught us, my mom and dad taught us, that it's not so much how much you have in life, material things or the tangible items. It's really about going out into the world, having good character, and making something of yourself, and doing something of yourself, and giving back to the world. Because we came from very humble beginnings, so we know what it's like to have lack, okay? We know what it's like to not have riches, to come from nothing. And so if we're back to having nothing again, hey, what can that hurt? We've already been there before. So it's about going out and grasping the opportunities that the world has for us. And so my parents taught me that. And so it's a perfect segue into today's topic of discussion, which is simplifying your life. My mom and dad are the epitome of living a simple and minimal life. I didn't always listen to them, and here's why. Chasing the American dream growing up, like I said, I went to college, ended up getting a sales position, ended up moving up and getting more corporate sales positions, ended up having a very good career in sales. I was making great money, I was traveling, living a very luxurious lifestyle. Here's where I went wrong. I started to have the false belief that the more money I made, the more I could spend, the more I could live beyond my means, and the more I could buy all these material items that validated my self-worth, at least what I believed to be validating my self-worth, and that I can go out into the world and be impressive and look cool and do cool things like I believe rich people do. Little did I know that that's not the mentality of a successful person. They don't do those things. They're more strategic and they're smarter about their money, how they spend. And that typically when you're using credit to buy things that you really can't afford, that's not really being able to afford something. So I definitely was living beyond my means. But I didn't understand that until just a couple of years ago when I finally took a leap of faith and I left my corporate sales job to start this coaching practice, when I finally realized that those material items no longer served me. Living that lifestyle no longer served me. I wanted to be somebody of more meaning and more purpose. And I found my passion in life. And that was to coach. That was to inspire people. That was to talk to people and support them and help them not only to really change the way they viewed themselves from the inside, but to really also transform their lives on the outside, which translated into a more successful, a more blissful and joyful life, to prepare them to not only be happy, both mentally and emotionally and spiritually, but also to gain monetary riches as a result. And so that's what I love to do now, but I wouldn't have been able to do that had I not learned this very important thing, to simplify my life. Why is it important to simplify your life? Because if you're doing things that no longer serve you, how is that going to help you get closer to your focal point? If my passion is, let's take a friend, for example, my passion is to be a musician, but yet I'm going to continue to work my 9-to-5 job because it's stable, it's secure income. I have a mortgage to pay, I've got car note, I've got a family, and I've got so much obligation and responsibility. I just can't go and do whatever I want to do. Okay, so I'm never going to start this music store that I want to establish. Well, if you believe that you can't do that, then you're not going to do that, and you're never going to do that. So why do you keep talking to me about that? Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to criticize or judge this person for doing that. If you want it badly enough, you'll make it happen. But here's what I'm here to tell you. I'm not here to tell you, you've got to quit your job, you've got to go and start this business, and you've got to go do it now, it's going to be easy. That's not what I'm here to tell you. What I'm here to tell you is this. People keep saying, I've heard people say this. People say that you can only make money from money, and that only rich people can get richer, and that poor people never have opportunities. If that was the case, there wouldn't be people like Tony Robbins. There wouldn't be people like Oprah Winfrey, okay? And I know that they're very iconic figures here in America. Fact of the matter is they were real people before who came from nothing, who ended up becoming something. And they are special and unique, yes, but so are you. Every single one of us has a special and unique quality or talent about us that really helps us to, become who we're supposed to be in life. And the fact of the matter is, everybody has the opportunity. The difference is this: are you going to grasp onto that opportunity and make the best of it and make some choices that are going to move you closer to your destiny, if you will, to your passion and dreams? Or are you going to be reluctant and be resistant and not take any action? Because inaction still is action. You're not moving towards your goals or your ambitions in life. And so let's go back now. Let's talk again about the simplification of your life. Why it really matters is that if you don't come from riches, if you aren't a privileged person, you don't have the resources, you don't have the financial backing, know that there is another option for you. The other option is this: stop looking at what you lack and start looking at what you have, what resources you've already acquired. Whether it's connections you have, whether it's talents that you have, whether it's products and services you're able to offer in exchange for other products and services from others. Whatever the situation may be, it's about learning how to be resourceful with the resources you already have. Okay? If you don't have option A, I don't have money, I don't have people who have money, then option B is we've got to get creative and we've got to learn how to maximize the resources we already have to get to where we want to go. And here's the how-to step. The how-to step, there are 3 steps. Step 1 is for you to identify firstly what your passion statement is. Let's go back to my friend who wants to be a musician. I love music because it inspires me and it inspires others. And through music I can touch people and make a difference and make a positive impact in this world. If that's my passion statement, then I need to start using that as the focal point and then establishing these next steps then to help me get closer to achieving that success that I want. If that success is using music to be successful. Okay, so that's step 1, my passion statement. Step 2 then is, what is holding me back? What are my obstacles? What are my challenges? What are my roadblocks? What are the barriers that are in my way? Is it money? Is it time? Is it I don't know people? Is it I'm scared? I don't even know where to begin. I don't know how to read. I don't know how to write. I don't think I'm smart enough to do that. I don't know how to create that. Whatever your excuse is, fact of the matter is you need to write this down. This is going to be a long list. That inventory of all the things that are standing in your way is going to be a long list. So take your time to do that, okay, and reflect on that. And then after you've established step 2, then step 3 then is to say, okay, now that I know what's standing in my way of my success and living my passion in life, what are some action steps I need to take to begin removing those roadblocks so I can get closer to achieving my success, okay? This can be 3 to 5 items, 5 to 7, however long you want to do this. Create an action step for eliminating, reducing, getting rid of, cutting out. Just stop doing these things that are holding you back from reaching your success. I'm not telling you to do this if you don't desire to do this. I'm not telling you that if you already are happy in your corporate job that you should leave it. Turn this off right now if you're not interested in hearing this. I'm telling you, if you are somebody who's interested in moving forward, wanting to achieve success and wanting to achieve more wealth in life, but you don't have the option A, the money and riches already, then know that there's option B, and this is what I'm sharing with you. Option B is learning to be more resourceful. Like I've been able to do, people I've known have been able to do, people I've coached have been able to do. Learn how to be resources. Quit focusing on when you lack. Focus on what you have and start capitalizing on those connections and on those resources. Okay? That's the how. And what this is going to do for you is going to help position you to have a life that serves you and the things that you want. If you want to achieve this passion, I want to be a musician, or I want to have my own music store on the side, then this is going to help move you along. And I don't care if it's just tiny little baby steps. This is not going to happen overnight. These little baby steps move you a lot closer than you doing nothing at all and staying stuck and upset about it. Okay? I'm going to close here with a quote by Charles Dudley Warner. He quotes, "Simplicity is making the journey of this life with just baggage enough." With that, thank you. Make it a great week.